Knowledge is power, information is power. And then imagine that when you communicate, how can you get the upper hand? How can you gain as much as possible of knowledge within yourself so that you can use that in the negotiations that you have? I'm reading this book, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, at least 3 times this year. So the reason I like the book is that it is a way of sharing information and facts, the non-fiction way of a book, in a very fictional way through the story of Chris, how he negotiates in particular person. And how I relate the knowledge that is shared here is through some of the coaching practices that I have been doing. Let me share you how you can do it. The first thing that he shared is about labeling. Labeling is that you try to, as much as possible, relates to that person's understanding. You are in the person's shoe, understand what the person is going through, and then you put it a label, repeat back the information that is being shared. By doing so, you could create the chemistry of understand, and that person seems to be heard. It can be a paraphrase, it can be the thing. So when you able to collect that label, they feel much more trusted to you and they are able to share more to you. And as you back to what we say, knowledge is power, and by that you can gain the power over that person. Not manipulating that person, but it's much more about creating rapport, understanding of that. And the second skills that have been shared is about mirroring. You could mirror back a single word or the key word that person says to you. So what I mean that mirroring is that every word that is being used by you is because your familiarity with that words in your mind. So that is the first thing that pop up in your mind. When that words also means certain meanings to you, that is resonate to your good feelings, that are resonate to you. So when the same keyword has been used, you are more likely to elaborate more, define more what is your thought. The words that you said it back can be triggered as a question by up intonation. For example, that say, is it fair? Then is it fair? Then it become a question indirectly, and that person are going to give you much more information. And the third thing that really resonates with me when I have the skill set in doing coaching is the way of conviction. Really true that we can't fake our conviction. If you can say the same thing 3 times in a different way and you are convicted to do the things that you want. It's about rewiring the particular person that you wanted to influence, how to rewire it in their mind so that they are more likely to do the things. Like in coaching, when I ask the question, are you going to do this? So you ask this question, and there's another way that you can ask the question that, what do you think about the challenge that you can face by doing this thing? So that person might give you another perspective of him doing that particular action, plus with some of the potential challenges that he will face. Therefore, the more convicted the person are, the coachee are, the better for them to act upon the actions that they want. So the 3 parts really resonate with me. Labeling the empathy of the particular emotion. Number 2 is building, mirroring the few key words that is being said. And finally, it's about the conviction. 3 times conviction is very good for that. So that is the quick sharing for Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. Read it, and I believe that you're going to enjoy the stories that has been shared here, and check it out.